Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the Divine Feminine's Decision Choice reading for the month of September. I was just going to say December. Um, that'll be here before you know it. Now, I've done it slightly different than what I did the masculine, simply because I didn't want a reading that was going to be, an hour and a half. But we never know. Hey, long ass melodramas that play out on my table here. Um, and even when I asked, what is the advice or the overview for this for September, for this choice decision, I hope that they will always just kick out one card. But no, the spirit kicked out four, and I says, "Oh, come on, spirit, this is too much. Let's do this again." So then I shuffled again, and then I dropped half the cards on the floor. The only one that came up in the upright was the soulmate card. So it says, well, because this came up in the upright, I will take that. And then I shuffled again because the masculine had two. It says maybe they'll kick out one more, so I'll have the same situation, like maybe two scenarios, whatever. And they kicked out two more. So feminine, you got three. It says, spirit will do what they wish. They'll keep me here all night reading these cards. The other thing that came out was milk and honey and mending. Mending also came out in the monthly for the soulmates readings, and also milk and honey came out for somebody. One of the signs there. There's like a little elephant splashing around in a giant bowl, which I assume is filled with milk and honey. And there's like a face looking out in the clouds there, looking at the elephant and the rainbow. And then, of course, mending, which is trying to stitch something back up that's been torn to shreds. And just like with the masculine, I feel, because this is dealing with the feminine energy, just as the masculine is dealing with the masculine energy. Just like in the daily drama, we had the masculine and feminine. These could be two people that are just going through their own stuff, two people that weren't a couple and have split, So, like I said, some masculines I felt were leaving. Some masculines I felt were staying in their karmic situation. Again, was picking up two storylines for the masculine. I'm kind of picking that up for the feminine as well. I feel for this, some of it is the feminine that's being left, and some is the feminine who is faced with the choice of whether or not to rekindle something with someone who's coming back. So I'm going to put out both scenarios, again, for the feminines who are being left and the feminines who are toggling with the choice, should I, shouldn't I, or, should I keep it moving? And also, because I didn't do my spiel, remember, masculine and feminine stand more for energy than gender, so you can be a male and resonate with the feminine reading and vice versa. Also, keep in mind these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And if any of it resonates and you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. If you'd like to support the channel, if you like the things that I bring to the table here to try to help people out on their journeys, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, leave a comment, because it helps YouTube to promote the channel. I help you, you help me, and together we help the collective, because more people will be drawn to the channel and we can help them with their healing too. So help a sister out as I help you out. Also, if you'd like to make a donation, donations are greatly appreciated. Small, large, what have you. Information on how to do that is also below. Energy exchange, people. Now, let us, I guess, dive deep into these soulmates here. These goddamn soulmates. Coming in and stirring up all kinds of shit. Shit we don't want to look at. Shit we don't want to deal with. But then sometimes they could be wonderful. It just depends on the soulmate that you get in the experience. 41. Soulmates, essential meanings, harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship, or fostering personal growth. A relationship fostering personal growth. So again, because I said a lot of stuff gets brought up. You know, what needs to be addressed, especially in karmic soulmate relationships. Obviously, in soulmate relationships, soulmates can be, soulmates are simply your soul group, who you incarnated here with, who's from the original place from which you came. And these people play different roles in different lifetimes, all helping each other to evolve, shed karma, etc., etc. So that's why I said some are good experiences, some are bad experiences. But both of them are meant to teach you something about the energy that you bring to situations and people and what you allow, and lessons, gratitude, regrets, or learning, all these things. And again, soulmates could be friends, family, could even be your pets, your spirit animal guides who incarnate here with you. And you can have more than one reason, season, lifetime people. Again, not all soulmates are life partnerships. Some are there just to teach you something. But this is the theme. September seems to be the theme for either new ones coming into our lives because we've released karmic situations, or karmic situations ending and somebody's trying to go back. But again, some people are up to the same old shit, and some people have learned and changed. So discernment is key. The Oracle's message: you are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others, certain people, into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you towards them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. And I will throw that out there for my situation. I before anything went wrong, like I was just getting to know this person, everything seemed great, and I was standing in their kitchen and I was looking at them, and they turned around and smiled at me, and I heard a voice in my head that says, get out, this is wrong, get out of here. And I thought to myself, what the hell is that about? Because everything was great. In fact, I thought he was just wonderful. He was all, but again, that intuition, even sometimes in the all the things that you ignore in the beginning, usually is what causes the demise in the end. But it took you a long time to, the whole point is to don't ignore your intuition because that's your soul reminding you of what might be coming, whether or not that makes sense to you. I said, I wish I would have listened to my instincts. So soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life only for a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts, because even the assholes, if they did their job by crushing you so much that you had to finally learn to love yourself, then they did what they came here to do. So there has to be a level of some kind of gratitude, even though it might make your skin crawl to do it. They did their job. If it made you wiser and better, even though you're a little worn for wear or wounded, but again, that's another part of lessons that now you're going to have to try to overcome that, feminines, and be courageous again in regards to potential new situations, or being willing to forgive and let someone earn your trust again. And so they never stop. The lessons never stop. So again, soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life only for a short time. No matter what, you'll be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom today. Pay attention to these people. Relationship message: consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you will never be the same, or love so painful you'll never be the same. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how long your relationship lasts, consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open so you will finally claim who you were meant to be. Like I said, if you're a person who's, comes from abuse or learned to pacify the monster, codependent tendencies, you put in more work and effort into someone else's growth and development than they do for themselves. You let yourself be treated like a doormat. You jump through hoops trying to prove that you're lovable and worthy, all the while settling for scraps because you're so hungry for love, missing the whole point of you needing to love yourself that has to come from within first. And then you'll be able to recognize or not be afraid to get rid of people who are not loving you the same way in return. I said, all is a lesson, ladies or gentlemen, whoever is resonating with the feminine here. Consider friendships, romantic bonds. We already read this part. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Ain't that the truth, little handsome? Oh, I love that little mouse. My God. Indeed. Animals are the best. Animals are better than people. That's how I feel, to be honest. I keep it real over here. Because just like children or babies, they have no hidden agendas. They just are. They are the closest thing to godlike to me. It's because they just simply are. But it's the human animal that's all kinds of fucked up. Now you can't know if you can trust people. Again, people serving their own interests. Everybody, it's the people you gotta be wary of. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate, come to guide you home to the real you. So again, even the ones that were karmic, they came to guide you home to the real you, and you them. Again, but it all depends on the people who are capable of learning and reflecting and looking at their own shit and willing to do the shadow work and change. Some don't, and you just have to, forgive yourself, forgive them, for they know not what they do, even though they do know what they do, or they wouldn't go to such great lengths to hide that shit. But again, the whole point of it all is to trigger growth in both of you. Prosperity message. Strategic alliances are most important right now as you begin to attract the perfect people to support your dreams. So again, if we need to release anything that's no longer serving us, ways of being, stinking thinking, low self-esteem, like, come on, after what we've been through here, we surely need to pull ourselves up and put our crown on straight and be the boss that we were meant to be, people. So that we can again attract experiences and people, even though other people might boomerang back around. Like I said, sometimes it's to come back to test you to see if you've learned, or there is actual opportunity for something to be long lasting. It depends on, again, the people involved. Discernment is key. Mentors, business partners, helpers, employees, creative partners, friends, and strangers opens doors for you and step through the portal to join you in a harmonic dance of collaboration, commitment, and co-creation. This is what you've been waiting for. So again, opportunities might be rolling in, whether they come in the forms of past people or new people or both. Opportunity awaits, but again, you got to believe in yourself. You got to keep working on your healing. You got to follow your intuition from now on. You got to do what's in your highest and best, even if it means leaving people behind. Dreams await, destiny awaits. But you're co-creating every day with the universe, with that destiny. What are you manifesting? I know in the monthly it was talking about, what's worth going the distance for, or who with, building firm foundations, allowing ourselves to heal and release things once and for all. Protection message, an important relationship brings you to your knees. This is a kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve your well-being enter into this dynamic so you can heal them. We've kind of been talking about this, I have just been. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. It's not from The Princess Bride. Inconceivable. I love that movie. The question is not why did he or she do this to me, but rather what is the gift in this? And again, for a lot of feminines, it was learning to have self-respect, self-love, and boundaries. Again, not loving someone else more than we're loving ourselves, not settling for less than we deserve because we're afraid to lose a companion. But really, it's like, what are you losing if you're not getting anything out of the situation? It's just fear keeping you stuck in karma or wounding, wanting to be chosen. Again, some people having father issues or mother issues, that abandonment, that child that was not loved. So if I can get that, it's usually that the gender of whichever parent you're trying to heal that trauma with. So again, that's why for a lot of masculines, it's the mother, and for the feminines, it's the father. But it says it's all psychology, people. Psychology and spirituality. That's everything. And once you see that, man, you look at everything differently. Even the people that come in, you're like, all right, what's this one about? This is personality. And again, and you don't waste your time, because once you've grown, once you've learned, you learn how to be discerning and pick up on energy, and you don't allow yourself to be led down the primrose path because you're all in la la land or in low self-esteem mode or karma or shadow or whatever. You have an opportunity now to approach this path and as a whole new you on a whole new level. And again, and it's being proud of what you've survived, what you've overcome, what you've learned. So even these people that have done you wrong, you got to thank them, because if it made you wisen up, then it was all as it should have been. Look into this mirror. You will be changed for the better. Again, once you see it from that point of view, you might still have some anger or some whatever. This is natural. I mean, they're human. They're not expecting you to be, thinking fourth, fifth dimension, but they're trying to show you the bigger picture here. And if you can get that, it'll just help ease the blows with all of these situations. 51. Milk and honey. Again, essential meanings, the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity. Again, if it's real, maybe we should consider it. But if it's bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Nurturing, abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. So again, knowing that whatever you've been through, as long as you stay true to yourself, the universe shall provide. The oracle's message, you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious when all of your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. So again, it's appreciating what you have, even and sometimes appreciating what you don't have. Whether that's people or worse situations or whatever it is, try to still be grateful. Try to come from a hold the energy space of gratitude and not of lack, not of woes or the low vibration stuff, because that's shadow. It's about healing the shadow, mending. It says think that you have it and you shall have it. Think, but again, not being attached to who or how or when it shall come in. Just as long as you put your intention out there of what you want, and as long as you do the work, Allow spirit to deal with the form. You know, you got to release yourself from the attachment of the form. Relationship message. Sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. So again, focus on what you got around you and be open to possibilities of what can come in. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. Prosperity message, there is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is spirit's missionary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is a time when you're seeking your truth, or your true north, my apologies. And north means your ascending sign. We have our karmic house, which is the south node, which is where we come from, or the negative traits of that particular sign that we're needing to overcome. In this life, it was possibly the sign that you were in a previous life. Your sun sign is your personality, how you present yourself. Your moon side deals with your emotions and how you love. Your north node, or your ascending, your true north, is the sign that you should be aspiring to become like, the positive aspects of that. For a lot of people, they have north node in Capricorn, which deals about money, stability, practical matters. This is a lot of people have financial karma that they're needing to overcome. And some people who've got their south node, say, in Cancer. I'm putting on my own out there. South node in Cancer, when the negative traits of that is about clinging to shit, holding on to stuff that we need to let go of, and whatever other whatever the negative water aspects are, and I'm a Pisces sun, so everything is all about deep, deep, deep emotions and past and clinging and places. I'm ready to hit that true north myself. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the dollar bill, y'all. Or trying to be, because it hasn't been. Feeling the pinch. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. So again, check your astro chart. There's a lot of stuff in there, man. As I said, there's you got a bunch of different signs that are in your chart, and it's good to know their positions and what houses that they rule and what those houses deal with. And again, it helps you to kind of get the bigger picture about you and your specific alignment of the stars, the day that you were born, and it kind of lays out the roadmap of what you need to work on or what you need to be working towards, etc. Astrology stuff is really interesting. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. So again, try to see the miracle stuff that's all around you. Said whether it's the birds or the oceans, it's the little things, appreciating the little things. The miracles are all around you. And if you start to again focus more on that and not on lack and on woes and on the past and on all this other shite, we get to be open to create new miracles, or we notice new ones that present themselves. Right? Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. Protection message, a nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and comfort as a means to escape what's really going on. So hopefully we're not staying in karma, trying to escape our truth. It works in the moment, but only fleetingly before the feelings return, and you need to re-up until you're exhausted. So again, exhausted going in circles. Karmic cycles that never end because we don't change what needs to be changed within us, whether that's with the same people, new people, feeling worse than before. You may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to spirit. So let that shit go. Now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. To thine own self be true. If that's what the saying is. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. So again, it's being clear in our thinking. what it is that we want, and what our newfound standards are, that we will not waver in, lest we find ourselves asked out. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. And speaking of healing, we have mending here, and I didn't even have to flip the page. Um, Essential meanings: forgiveness, making amends, and healing after arguments. The Oracle's message: each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This can keep us chained to the very things that we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over and over. Yeah, we know those loops, right? Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Again, don't let the past keep power over you. It's already happened. You know what I'm saying? Be in the present. Try to be in the present. Distraction, distraction, people. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. So, for some, it could be about just, again, like I said, forgiving yourself, try to forgive them, and moving on. Set yourself free from the bondage that's holding you to this situation. Or if it's for feminines who have just woken up to the fact that they were in something that with somebody who's a real doozy, the karmic partner, understand the lesson behind it all. And now, because if you've been through that and hopefully you've learned something, you can move on to something better. Set yourself free from it. Or for some, I'm trying to see, because I'm going to be, I'm looking here, everything's in reverse. Everything's in reverse. So that's why I don't know if any feminines are giving anybody another chance, because it don't seem like, it looks like they're trying to set themselves free. Both of them, both feminines look like they're trying to set whoever this masculine is out packing. If they're dealing with narcissists, then good for you, people. Um, but again, we shall see what's going on here. Relationship message: you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you are to move forward. So again, for some people, it's making the decision like, well, can I forgive this person? Can we leave it in the past? Should I give them another chance? Is it worth investing in? And as I told the masculines, don't watch how you come in. If you come in with the same old shit, that's going to make this person's choice really easy. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Or just, what would, if I'm loving myself, what would I do? Again, always do what you feel is best for you. Doesn't matter. Twin flame, soulmate, what have you. If that person is treating you like shit, if that person is incapable of growth and self-reflection, keep it moving. Don't cling to somebody just because a card in a reading, or what, even signs from the universe, whatever it is telling you this person's your twin flame, the soulmate. No, the whole point is your own personal journey, your karma, your lessons. These people come in to aid you in that growth. Now, this again, I compare life to school. Lessons are the classes that you signed up for. Some you didn't pass last time around, and you're having to repeat them. But again, you wouldn't allow yourself to get kept back one grade because your friend or your boyfriend wasn't passing the class, right? Same applies in this situation. Doesn't matter who this person is to you on a spiritual level. If they can't meet you on your new level, keep it moving. It's not about them. It's not about the woo woo. It's about you. Again, your soul's evolution, your growth, your betterment. Don't allow titles to hold you back from becoming your best version of you. That's not the point of why you're here. A lot of people don't like to hear that or whatever. They think that if I let them go, I'll lose them forever. It's like, well, let go and let God. Don't hold yourself back. Don't hold them back. Again, sometimes separation is necessary and it's for your betterment, and sometimes it's meant to be over. You'll know with this cycle here, which path is going to be yours. Um, Now, only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. Again, about being honest with ourselves, honest with others, forgiving and moving forward, releasing, with or without each other. Prosperity message. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of a long-term sustainable prosperity. Again, we see the crack way before we see the ass. So all the time you were chasing, 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 you didn't bother to ask yourself, why the fuck am I chasing somebody who keeps running? This is the key. This is the lesson. Know your worth and value. You cannot force someone else to see it by trying to constantly prove it. You prove it by drawing lines in the sand and getting the hell out of there if somebody is not treating you the way that you should be treated. Don't go chasing after the fantasy or what you wish or hope someone could be. Deal with the reality. Take off the rose-colored glasses and see it for what it is. It'll only serve your highest and best. Living in illusions serves nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I keep it real on this channel. I don't believe in leading people down the primrose path. I don't believe in putting pretty bows around every soulmate reading like everyone's going to ride off in the sunset again. Some people don't deserve more chances. Some people were karmic lessons and narcissists or whatever, and I want people to awaken, masculines and feminines. I don't pick sides. I tell it like it is. I'm looking for everybody to learn and grow and evolve. I could give a damn about the riding off in the sunset. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm trying to help people heal through their shit. So I tell it like it is here. I'm trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? As we have here, so don't be chasing after shiny things, ignoring red flags. As I told you, the same things that you ignore will be the same reasons why something falls apart. Because it's built on bullshit. You know what I mean? It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. Again, everybody own their own side of the street because, again, we see the crack before we see the ass. How long you stay in it. Everybody's got their own role to play. Takes two to tango. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. So if this is some kind of reconciliation that is possible, again, know that this time around you get to approach it in a whole new level because you're hip. You know what I'm saying? The journey to the true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way or may have hurt you, especially yourself. Like I said, forgiving yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. It doesn't mean you got to let them come back in and take more advantage because they're my soulmate or my twin flame. No, if you don't step up and shape up and ship up, you can ship out. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow shit to continue, people. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective because, again, you can't lose something you don't have. You can't lose something that doesn't care about losing you. The only thing you can lose is yourself in the process. So don't do that. Protection message. Heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our mask and loosens our tight hold on our separateness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moments when we can't hold ourselves together. So again, if you need to turn to friends or family, other people in your soul group to help get you through some stuff, know that you should. You know, the support system is there, and it leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is a part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Because ultimately, they're always trying to lead you back to your true self, but also back to spirit. You know, it's about you leveling up and ascending to the higher dimensions, becoming closer and closer to godlike consciousness. Like this is all about, you know, let your sorrow break your heart wide open. Because again, pain is our greatest teacher. You will never be left behind. You are loved now more than ever by Spirit, who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. Look at that shit. 35 minutes in. 35 minutes in, and we've only read the 3. That's why I said don't give me 3 cards. But Spirit gave it to me anyway. So hopefully that was a lot of information for you people. Bottom of the deck here we have, ooh, there's another one in reverse. Damn, all of these are in reverse. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. This is about debt. Maybe some of us dealing with our financial karma. Like I said, this is also about one-sided relationships. No equal give and take, selfishness, one-way streets, giving away more than we can afford or we can spend, or giving away more than what we're getting in return. Being aware of debt or get-rich-quick schemes. Or maybe they're trying to warn you. Like I said, some masculines are coming in with some new deals, trying to sell you a dream. Watch out, maybe saying be cautious. Be selfless, not selfish. No equal give and take again in relationships. And then we have here the Fool in reverse, which is all about not taking leaps of faith. No new beginnings. You know, maybe again, endings. And then we got here World in reverse. It's 8 of Wands in reverse. Damn, 6 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. And then finally, you know, walking away. Damn. Judgment in reverse, not giving any second chances because shit was moving way too slow. Dealing with somebody who was controlling or couldn't get control of their shit. We can go on and on. Damn. Well, no, masculines. You might have some serious. Yeah, like I said, there are some feminines I feel like that were the karmic relationship partner, and the masculines are leaving, and they're coming to a full awareness of what they were involved in, and it's a bit of a shocker. And somebody's, you know, obviously walking away, moving on towards something that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling, or the masculine, they're realizing again the masculine's walking away from them. But you know, that whole relationship, the same shit that was going on with the feminines that the masculines left was going on with that, because again, it was repeating the karmic cycle until that masculine started to realize their patterns, realize the truth. You know, once they did, now they're trying to make their way back, because they understand that that's the person they were meant to be with. Some are getting out of this situation just because they figure it's worse in this situation, and maybe they're coming back over here just to see if they can still. So I said discernment, and some have learned to change again, and some have not. It's all, but I think the feminines are kind of. I'm reading for 2 feminines here. Feminines that are being left, and the feminine that is kind of over that other situation, or toggling with the question of should I, shouldn't I. So yeah, this is here. What is the question? Or what is the choice that the feminine is going to make or has made in this month here? We got the Magician in the reverse. The infinity symbol above this person's head deals with, you know, again, loops going round and round and round, cycles, never-ending stories, never-ending, you know, and wanting to get out of that. not wanting to repeat cycles, not wanting to keep going round and round and round. Eight, the infinity symbol also deals with soulmates, the same thing as the strength card. We got soulmates here, so there definitely is, that connection. Um, Magician in reverse talks about, again, manipulation. So, maybe they're feeling like nothing can manifest with this situation. Maybe they're realizing that the person that they were dealing with was, a manipulator, a liar, narcissist, what have you. Greed, deceit, manipulation, again, trickery, cunning, mental confusion, untrustworthiness. The used car salesman, a charmer, again, narcissist, someone who came in and sold you a dream and delivered a nightmare. Out of touch with reality, confusion, impatience, lack of a clear plan. Asking where you're focusing your energy. Again, what do I want to invest in? What are people's objectives and motives, or what are mine? How do you want others to see you? Or this is how you see someone else. Skills and talents not being utilized. So maybe, again, we're trying to figure out if we're focusing on the self and our career and our self-improvement. Again, we're needing to get out of our confusion as far as direction, try to get clarity about, the plans that we're trying to make for our future and how to have them manifest. Where are we focusing our energy? If we're focusing it on just relationship shit and ignoring all the other stuff that needs addressing, well, we're out of balance, out of balance there. We're needing to get many areas together. Unable to manifest, again, a skill to help you on your spiritual journey, even if that skill is forgiveness or seeing, or dealing with whatever else that we need to deal with that's keeping us from manifesting with either this person or just in our lives in general, or with other people. So again, some people are questioning they're either coming into the realization about somebody's behavior, questioning someone's motives, should they be coming back around, or maybe deciding not to deal with it at all because of someone's past behavior, present behavior being the same, still trying to pull the wool over, or they just don't see anything being possible. And again, and sometimes that's just our own blocks being put up because of what's already happened. So part of it is fear, but part of it is also wisdom. It's just that uncertainty, and we don't know which one to do. And for some people, they just don't even want to deal with somebody that they got to question. Again, so it's just confusion, or because they've grown impatient as well, tired of waiting something to manifest, so maybe they decided to just keep moving. Or because somebody took too long playing their games, they decided to keep it moving. Now, when I asked why the Magician in the reverse, we got to express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture, and then free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. Separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. And honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So, again, some people might be ending a situation. Someone might be leaving. This kind of reminds me of the Six of Swords. Separating from somebody who was a past life person. That's why it was a soulmate. It was a karmic lesson. You had to learn about love and how love is expressed. Recognizing shit from Shinola. So again, some people might be coming into an awareness of love is about equal give and take. Love is about being treated right, and by having someone be honest and compassionate and caring and mature, and the things that relationships should be comprised of. You know, so obviously if love is not being expressed, then they're freeing themselves from the situation. Or, you know, some people might be, again, moving on from a person or the thought of reconciling simply because they want to move towards better things. They're freeing themselves from this past life relationship, you know, and they're going to express their love elsewhere, or look for someone who's going to express their love to them. Again, enter into equal give and take relationships. Um, or for some, they might be saying, if you're confused about a situation, you know, for some, there could be a possibility of this being a life partnership. Again, it depends on who you're dealing with, how they're coming across. If you decide to give it another chance, you know, the separation card also speaks about while you two were separated, it was necessary. It was karma. They had another karmic situation somewhere else that they had to deal with. All was playing out as in the plan. Now this person might be trying to come back, you know, but during your separation, they were both trying to the universe was trying to help you both heal and recognize what needed to be recognized, and you needing to free yourself again from clinging on to any still pain, anger, resentment. Again, allow healing to come through. And perhaps just because you can't see something manifest, that doesn't mean that something can't. But you have to be discerning. And then I said, what is the advice that you have for them in regards to this? So we have complacency. This person is sitting around in the woes, not making any moves. Again, even if in regards to yourself, you might still be healing from all of this, and you're not feeling too swift about yourself, or if you can manifest anything new. But it's about mending the heart, mending the spirit, finding your courage, finding your passions, moving forward, and whatever meets you on your newfound path, you know, let it come. Whatever's got to go, let it go. There's also, you know, clinging again, trickery. I'm going to read these. This is heart chakra. This is trickery. And this card speaks about, again, the one doing the one accepting the shit was just as bad as the one dishing the shit out. Like I said, everybody's going to own their side of the street. We get what we allow. And if you allow a person to treat you like a doormat, if you allow a person to take advantage of you, if you allow a person to be a mooch while you're doing all the jumping and working and paying and whatever else, again, you get what you allow. So you can't play the victim. You can't point it all at one other person. You have to learn what your role is, because your role was your lesson. And it's very important to get the lesson, lest we not repeat it or try to lay blame elsewhere. And this also helps too with offering forgiveness for someone who's genuinely regretful and who has also learned, because both people can now hold themselves accountable. We can't blame the other person. Um, you know, it's coming to a peace to allow for healing to happen so that maybe you can move forward together. But you got to get out of this pointing all the fingers to one person, because again, we get what we allow. Unfortunately, it would be nice if we can just be like it was all them, but it's not. It's not. Ugh. And then we have faith. You know, it's about still trying to have faith, and whatever is coming next, it's going to be better than what we're releasing. Even if it's allowing us again to be open to new possibilities with the same person, with new people. It's not losing faith that this too shall pass. You know, it's about grief, releasing the grief. Again, you got a lot of heart chakra stuff here, and gossip, because all the green is heart chakra. The red is the root, and this one is the third eye. So this is, again, trying to see beyond the earthly, you know. Focus again on where we're putting our efforts, what we're trying to manifest. Don't sit around in the woest, letting time pass by, focusing too much on this shit from the past, keeping you stuck. Whether this person comes back around or not, you still got to heal yourself. You still have to work on you, make some magic happen in your life. Um, and then gossip. I mean, this can be hearsay, but there's other meanings to this. It isn't really gossip. So I'll read from that. Let's see. Let's see what your advice is. My God, this is going to be another freaking hour and a half. Oh, the stress. The stress of it all. I mean, I don't feel bad. I saw one lady, her reading was like 2 hours and 50 minutes. I was like, that's some Titanic, but she always does long readings, which is great. I mean, if you're just sitting in bed and listening, but some people just want quick 10-minute readings, but this is not going to be one of them, I'll tell you right now. But it's obviously information that you needing to know, right? So if this is an important choice, a decision, what's an hour and a half in that, in the long term, right? Let's see. Complacency. I'm feeling the loss of my dreams. Again, don't sit around in the woest. Don't feel like, oh, because this person isn't whatever. Because again, make a list of the pros and cons of that person's personality, what they brought to the table, what that experience was like. And if the negative far outweighs the positive, that's going to tell you something. You're not losing anything worth keeping anyway. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. And even if somebody comes back around or you've been separated for whatever, again, it's like people look so much outside of themselves to validate them, when that they have to be in a relationship or they have to be chosen or they have to, I mean, it's like choose yourself. Learn to be okay on your own without needing anybody else. Because I tell you, there is a peace that comes with living by yourself. You don't got nobody asking nothing of you. You don't got to deal with nobody else's messes or attitudes or karma or wounding or conditioning or, oh, there's a freedom. Enjoy the bliss. If you are by yourself, use that time to, again, focus on your own goals, your own self. And then when you are ready to step into your new way of being, new way of thinking, you'll start manifesting things that are going to help you soar even higher. So don't feel the loss of anything that's gone, because whatever's gone, maybe it was meant to be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's better to be alone than to be with somebody who makes you feel alone. Personal inquiry. How can I redefine my dreams, or how can I stop procrastinating? So figure that shit out. Key idea is finding self-nourishment, leaving dreams unrealized, or feeling depleted. Time for a rest, or having lack of motivation, or holding back. So again, maybe people aren't motivated to get back involved with people. Maybe people are holding back because, again, they're focusing on shoulda, woulda, couldas, or what was, not realizing what could be, again, with them or with somebody new. And also needing to stop focusing on this shit and focusing, again, on yourself. This is a warning not to give up. Beware of coasting along in a situation that is not what you really want. Again, just because we don't want to be alone, we fear losing the person who's treating us like shit anyway. Don't coast along in something that's not bringing you fulfillment. You'll never be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? And then we have trickery. Here we go. For gossip, let's do this one. Charmaine Chartreuse, that's the lady in the card, suggests that appreciating differences is key. This card is a warning that you may lose a valued relationship if you do not appreciate what you have. Now, I think that for some who are really stuck in the screw this person, I'm not even giving them another chance, even if they are genuine, whatever, it might be a warning that you might lose an opportunity to be with someone who could be your life partner or your twin flame, because, again, we're holding on to what this person has done. We're not willing to forgive. But, again, only doing that with people who are genuine. Don't fear losing somebody who, whether they're twin flame or soulmate, who comes back who's still all magician in reverse, because it don't matter what title that they have. If they ain't coming correct, the goal is you. not them. Remember that. So that could be the case. Um, and also losing a valued relationship with yourself. I would say if you keep compromising your self-worth and your integrity and your value just to hold on to somebody, that's another thing. Personal inquiry, Charmaine, is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? So whatever truth you're resisting, whatever you're resisting to let go of, um, again, it's much more freeing just to let that shit be for your own sanity. Key ideas, uniqueness of others, naivete. Again, feeling like we've been played for a fool. Support for your vision, lack of appreciation, or refocusing your life. So again, perhaps we need to refocus our life, appreciate again the things that we have, and appreciate again the things that might be leaving. Appreciate that they're leaving. Making sure that you surround yourself with people who support you. Keywords, freedom, honor. So that's gossip, grief. Penelope and Pickle, that's the dog that she's holding, remind us that what we reveal, we can heal. Give yourself time. You will love again. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. So again, this is just allow for the mending. Live and learn. That's all you got to do. Personal inquiry, is lingering grief preventing me from progress? What can I see in my heart? So then this message is about, again, am I clinging on to what the wrongs that were done, and am I ignoring the fact that this person is actually being genuine and trying to make things right? Trying to let your heart kind of be a little open to only, again, someone who is genuine. Key ideas, feeling grief, healing process, missing someone or something, or being unafraid of sadness. Love is on the horizon. It might be letting you know. Love is coming, should we allow for healing. Keywords, love, commitment, and vulnerability. And trickery. The tempter is as guilty as the thief. Like I says, everybody's got their own role to play in the scenario. Am I afraid to tell the truth? How does that fear make me manipulate others? What do I really need to say? Even tell the truth to ourselves in regards to our happiness, um, and manipulate others in the sense of maybe trying to keep people there, even though we know the truth that we were better off without having them there. And what is it that you're really needing to say in regards to how you feel, what you think, what's the truth in the situation? Key ideas, dance of scarcity, coveting possessions, vulnerable heart, self-honesty, again, or accusing others, hidden motives. So maybe we were being taken advantage of and used. Maybe we were dealing with a narcissist or a user or what do you call them, fuck boys or fuck girls or whoever you're dealing with here. People with hidden motives and agendas, needing to be honest about the role that we played and allowing ourselves to be fooled by people. Because again, hungry hearts will settle for crumbs. That's why I said two broken halves don't make a whole. You got to be whole on your own. Don't go into relationships because you're lonely or you always got to be with somebody or you need someone to constantly be loving you to make you feel that you're worthy. Again, heal those wounds. Lest we find ourselves with people who come to create more wounds. You know what I'm saying? Faith. Keywords, gifts, muse, fear. Key ideas, narrow focus, miracles all around, or not following wise counsel. Again, use your intuition. Notice that again, each day is a new day to make a better choice. Stop having narrow focus and vision or just thinking about one specific thing. Broaden one's life. Not accepting your gifts. Again, being complacent, not pursuing things that maybe you're guided to do, that you're meant to do, to give back in some way, that maybe it's part of your divine work here. Using energy in a self-defeating way. Don't do that. Have faith. Stay out of the stinking thinking. Inspiration, what frightens you is something much smaller than you know. If you are experiencing pain, holding on tight, it will only worsen the situation. Your greatness awaits. Again, it's about releasing. Release, release. Personal inquiry, I have a tremendous amount of personal magnetism. Am I willing to allow myself to shine? Are you willing to allow yourself to step into your power? Are you willing to become the best version of yourself? Are you willing to love yourself first and foremost above anyone else? Are you willing to do that? Do you have faith that if you do that, the right people, the right situations will manifest? Or are we, making ourselves small and settling for less and afraid to step into our power and our truth because we're trying to hold on to something that isn't worth holding on to? Oh my God, an hour. Lord. Um, this is why you have made this choice, or why you will make this choice. So this Knight of Cups in reverse is dealing with somebody who's greedy, gluttonous, self-serving, or just because we're not freaking happy in this situation. There's no happiness here. There's no wishes being fulfilled, or we think there won't be. Dissatisfaction, again, disappointment, unrealistic expectations. Again, can't go into anything with expectations because you'll always be disappointed because we're dealing with human beings. But you can have standards so that next time around, when you lay those standards out, if people aren't meeting them or aren't agreeing to them, you won't waste your time in karmic situations. You sense something is missing deep down. Again, maybe you're questioning people's authenticity. Maybe the truth is missing. Smugness, shallowness, greed, superficial, narcissistic types, again, dealing with narcissistic types. Ill fortune due to overindulgence, food, drugs, drink, what have you. Lack of concern for others, or they had lack of concern for you. Gloating, boasting about their successes. So whatever this is, Nine of Cups is ain't feeling the love, ain't feeling the joy, ain't feeling the happiness. And the why of this is dark-haired woman. So again, in the woes, this is the shadow aspect. We also have dark-haired man. So you got two people in a karmic situation or dealing with their shadow aspects, the lower vibration stuff. Lies, cheating, fear, guilt, resentment, anger, hostility, one-upmanship, all that negative shit. Being in the lower sense of low self-esteem, not believing in themselves, not having the confidence, so therefore it's manifesting again in their outward life, in their relationships, whatever. Or we're upset and hurt because we discovered we were dealing with a friggin' shady ass person over here who was just in it for whatever they can get out of it, and now they're leaving. But again, some situations need to be glad for that. Understanding again, it was a karmic situation. Or for people that are dealing with people that are coming back and we're unsure about them, this could be it. Or maybe your uncertainty is warranted. That's why they're saying follow your intuition, use discernment. And then we got fair gray-haired woman, which is somebody who's older, somebody who's in their 40s and up, or this could be symbolize you as a person, if you're female, as a person who's matured, or this is a person that you're trying to reconcile with, but you're not sure if they're going to be open to that due to past behaviors. And again, the dark-haired man could be, the masculine, doesn't matter, male, female. Now, or you're upset because the person that you're with is going back to someone that they used to be with. And the person that they used to be with could be an older female if you were dating someone who was older. And it's bad news for you, or you're worried about reconciling with this person if it's just going to be the same old, and you're going to be left feeling like this here, dealing with shady over here. So again, there could be worries, fears in regards to a reconciliation, or someone is upset that someone is leaving to reconcile with someone else, and you're discovering again that they were just with you as a means, temporary means to an end, and yada yada yada. Advice, and I don't mean yada 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 as if to downplay anybody's, pain in this situation. It's just another way of saying etc. etc. Perseverance, so your advice is to, whatever this is, to get through it, or maybe they're asking you to overcome whatever fears that you might have and allow someone to prove themselves, because we did have for the monthly going the distance. So again, it's the question that's being posed here. Should I, shouldn't I? Can this person heal? Can we heal? Is it worth the effort again? Should I persevere with this person? Or they're asking you to heal from this and keep moving forward. This is also not giving up before the miracle. Perception, seeing things differently. Again, seeing our own roles in things, whether you're the person being left or you're the person who someone's trying to come back to. Again, if we're going to allow for forgiveness, we also have to forgive ourselves. And if we're showing compassion for ourselves, maybe we need to show compassion for them too, if they're genuine. I always have to throw that out there. But, like I said, some people that are narcissists, they may try to come across as genuine, but they're still up to their same old shit. So you have to... Oh, enlightenment. We need some enlightenment here. Allow this experience to enlighten oneself. All right? This is the advice. So let us see. Perseverance, don't quit before the miracle. Inspiration, when we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest order. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. What you work towards will materialize. You may not see it, but it lies ahead. And this may go in as far as this soulmate relationship, or, one that might be coming in, not to give up on love or your hope on, whatever. And also about just maybe things that you might be working on, projects or a path that you're being guided to take career-wise. They're saying don't give up, keep going in that direction. Breaking ideas, breaking through, unseen help at work, feeling taken for granted. Again, whatever side of the coin that you're on here, overcoming our doubts. So including the doubts that we have about ourselves and our abilities and what we can manifest and what we can have after going through a trying time. Steadfast, success and miracles. So, and here, personal inquiry, can I ignore the feelings that would sidetrack me? Will I let go of fear and persevere? So that is the question, feminine. Perception, the heart knows what the eye cannot see. Inspiration message, often on our journey, it brings us full circle, leaving us to wonder why things happen. Emerald stone, that's the stone that she's looking at there, teaches us to follow through on whatever is before us. Going back is not an option. So obviously we can't go back to the past. We can only follow through on plans for the future and who we're striving to become and who we're allowing in our space, again, and allowing for healing and transformation. Should we do that? Because we can't go back. And also some of these situations seem like it's coming full circle. But after all the shit that you went through, you're going to end up together anyway. So you're like, what the fuck did it all happen for? But it all happened because it needed to happen. Because obviously the two people that you were before aren't the two people that you are now. For some of you. Sometimes just for one of you. And you need to leave that person alone because they're the same old. Personal inquiry, what in my life needs tending? How good will I allow myself to feel? So again, are you going to allow yourself to feel? Are you going to allow yourself to shine? Are you going to allow yourself to feel joy and happiness and love and success and good about yourself? Or are you going to allow yourself to feel miserable and stay in situations that you're not happy in just so that you don't have to be alone? Again, it's all about choice. And the choice being around our self-worth, our value, our happiness, and our highest and best. Keywords, beauty, open-heartedness, and appreciation. Key ideas, transformation in the heart, change in perception, the unknown. or a promise of a richer experience. So again, and it could be richer, meaning because we're different and maybe the other person is different, or we got somebody coming in who now matches our newfound self. So we need to change our perception again on why the other thing happened. And then enlightenment. Support, courage, and confidence. The path to enlightenment, the reluctant sage, taking time alone to connect, trusting your intuition, or needing solitude or time for reflection. So again, it's always good not to jump into relationships right away. You know, you can date, but keep it light. Don't look for people to fill voids. You know, allow for a long time. Allow yourself time to heal and to grasp the concept again of why situations happen. So again, whatever we move into next, we're going into it healed and aware. Personal inquiry, my thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? So again, think positive. Speak only loving words to yourself, and that'll help you make the right choices. At this time, your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you'll grow stronger. Relief awaits. So that is your thing here. And then, how do you feel about this choice that you've made? We got the death card in the reverse. Um, so death card in reverse talks about, well, we're a little maybe resistant to change or unable to move on the verge of a major change again, but resisting it. Again, if we're needing to let go of something, you know, maybe there's a potential to heal a situation, to start a new cycle if we let go of the old, or again, maybe we're needing to leave this karmic situation behind and be open to change, not to resist it. We're needing to move forward. I need to let go of the past, not knowing how to make changes or still carrying harmful aspects from the past that may interfere with opportunities for new beginnings. Again, feeling stuck in limbo, halting your change, blocking you. It's a need to resolve whatever needs resolving here. Pursuing new journeys without resolving the past may lead to unintended outcomes. So it's best to deal with, again, heal before you deal. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way. And why the death in reverse? We got fame. So again, maybe people are needing to move forward or knowing that they need to because there's no success or they don't feel there's any success in this relationship, or they're unsure if there'll be success in this relationship due to fears, resentment, anger, people wearing masks, people can't be trusted, etc., etc. Something's ending here, or needing to come to terms with something's ending, or wondering if something's ending, or we can't allow the past to be the past. You know, frustration. So either we're still reeling from it, or we're upset because we're finding out about somebody's shit that we thought was going to be, you know, great and wonderful. And then we have inspiration. So this is all about, you know, aha moments or becoming aware of things, or not sure if, again, you can let go of whatever happened here to be inspired to have a new beginning. And the advice here for you is acceptance, impartiality, wisdom, and renewal. So obviously death card speaks about renewal, but in the reverse, which we're you know, resistant to that. But this is what they're asking you to allow for this transformation, to allow shit to die, whatever it is, and allow for things to be rebirthed. Whether that's with this person again, should you choose, or again, releasing this and allowing new things to come into you, using the wisdom that you've learned in this situation. Either way, you know, try to, again, look at things impartially, meaning, again, everybody owning their own side of the streets. And whether that's acceptance in that and releasing the situation, it's like, well, I should have seen it fucking coming, or accepting, again, both people's roles, allowing for impartiality, allowing for the wisdom, learning from the experience so that we can have renewal, rebirth, and all that. I don't think I need to read from that because I kind of just said it all. Plus, it'll help this move quicker. Um, what will be the results of the choice that you make here? Well, we got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So, unrealistic, jealousy, moodiness, getting too caught up in fantasy and romanticisms of life. So maybe, if we choose to stay stuck or deny the truth, maybe we'll continue to be with a narcissist or somebody who's not loving us the way that we want to, and continue to be unhappy and all these things. If we're refusing to let go of this, or because we refuse to give somebody a chance again who was actually genuine, we might be missing out on a love opportunity, because we're still clinging on to stuff that we need to let go of. Or we might miss out on opportunities of new love because we're still clinging on to whatever's happened here. Um, Again, lacking commitment, moody, jealous, over emotional, jumps to conclusions without all the facts. This is make sure we know everything before we make final decisions, because again, we got the Lovers, so this is kind of an important decision. It's a life path decision. So for some who are destined to be life partners or who are twin flames, this is the pivotal moment where this decision is going to be made to continue or to not. And again, only continue with twin flames and soulmates who have learned, changed, and grown. Don't let the title keep you stuck in karma. If it's meant to be, it'll come around again. In the meantime, focus on your own healing, focus on your own growth. Initially appealing situation, romantic and exciting, but later turns out to be something different. So again, even being discerning with people coming back who are looking to waste your time again. Narcissistic types who haven't learned and changed. So again, be careful who we welcome back in, or we might end up with the same shit again. Wearing rose-colored glasses. Honeymoon period over, only to come out realizing the situation was different than you thought. Again, dealing with a player, a Romeo, a narcissist, whatever, or somebody who was just using us as a means to an end, feeling disappointed. So for some feminines, again, who have come into this realization, this is going to be the outcome. You're going to feel it, but you're going to have to, deal with it, know what the lesson was about, allow for healing to happen, and know that now you know better, you can do better, and you can move on to a soulmate who will come into your life who will be completely different, you hope. But again, we get what we allow. So as long as you know your worth, the next, whoever comes at you next, they'll either make the cut or they won't. But you won't find yourself repeating cycles because, again, you've learned the lesson. This is why it's so important. And the reason for the Knight of Cups in reverse is we got good news, brown-haired woman, strength. So maybe it's good news, you found your strength and your courage to be independent, or because you don't feel like there's any good news here, you don't have the strength to deal with something, you're going to decide to be by yourself because you can't trust people here, or you might end up being your own hidden enemy because you're going to miss out on an opportunity for something because you lack the strength or courage to deal with it again, whether it be an old person who's genuine or somebody new. So there's a warning to not be your own worst enemy, staying in situations that aren't good, missing out on situations that could be good, using discernment, using wisdom. If we want to have happiness and joy, be courageous and to stand up for yourself and knowing what you want, what you don't want, etc., what you're willing to put the work and effort into. Or maybe you're putting the work and effort into yourself, getting out of situations, focusing on your career, what you can manifest for yourself. They're saying don't self-sabotage, believe in yourself, work on your stuff. Spiritual, you're a spiritual being here on a journey, learning lessons. Maybe you're here to do something for the greater good. So focus on anything that you've been guided to do work-wise. Don't, stay all on this stuff and miss out on the bigger picture. Again, the end goal is not this twin flame or the soulmate or a relationship. The end goal is your spiritual evolution or what you came here to do. Everything else is just extra. So don't lose sight on, again, working on your healing, your spiritual self, your soul, because that's why you're here. This is also might be a hint again about a spiritual connection, soulmate union. Either don't mess it up or it was part of something, that you needed to learn. And you needed to learn again where we put our efforts, especially if we're dealing with people who are shady. Communication and gain. So either we're moving on or we're finding out that somebody's trying to move back towards us, but we're uncertain about, again, the decision. Um, or we're deciding to move on and not take any offers here, regardless. We're focusing in on our own healing. Um, or again, you're hearing that somebody's planning on leaving, you know, and that's what they're working towards. And you're finding out again, the person you were dealing with was only there for whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the advice here is despondence, quest, and insecurity. So this is again about releasing our fears, not being fearful of the future, what's coming in, or being alone, or considering reconciling or considering new people. Again, as long as you're in your own personal power, as long as you're hip and wise and use the wisdom learned, don't be fearful. Welcome going forward on the quest. Destiny awaits. You have to got destiny over there. Um, don't fear whatever's coming next. Be fearless. Get out of your head. Get out of your stressing and your worried here. This is deals again root chakra. So we got a lot of root chakra work. We got a lot of heart chakra work. We got some, needing to use our intuition here. Higher knowing, seeing things from a higher perspective, allowing this to transform our thoughts with enlightenment, getting aware of, again, the bigger picture here. Is there anything else I want to look at? Despondence. By taking action, I found the road out. In which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? Again, whether that's staying, going, moving on, whatever it is, trust how you feel. Iris teaches us that the only route out of stagnation is motion. If we do nothing, we must accept the consequences. Again, we get what we allow. Or if we miss out on stuff, it's because we chose to. Or if we choose to stay in stuff that's unfulfilling, we're going to end up with more, drama and upset. Feeling helpless, acceptance of circumstances or changes on the horizon and need to take action, revelations, movements, and encouragement. Again, always trying to encourage you to heal, 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 heal. And let's see, quest. In case there's anything here, it's probably going to be just as long as the masculines. It is time to take a risk. Where in my life do I need to walk my talk? And stop thinking when I'm somewhere else, my life will have meaning. Again, your life, you need to give your life meaning. And it does not have meaning through another person. Everything has to start from within first. You give meaning to, something has meaning that you give meaning to. And you should mean more to yourself than any other situation or circumstance. Again, doing what is right for you in the end, not staying in fear-based things because that holds you back. You may be on a quest that is unnecessary. Allow yourself the space for self-discovery. So again, you might be going down a path that you need to get off of, or don't go back on a path that you need to not go down again. Be open to wisdom. Imagine dangers or commitment to your path. Courage, journey, answers. So, insecurity, again, I already mentioned here, it's about fear, releasing our fears. The greatest adversary is the one living inside me. Again, yeah, the ego, fear, well, that'll hold you back. That'll keep you stuck. That'll keep you in situations that are not for your highest and best. Healing the heart. Personal inquiry, do I listen to my fear? And how can I tap into my courage? Miraculous changes lie ahead. Life always takes a turn for the better when we face our demons. Stay on course. Trust that an ally will appear, perhaps in the form of a new soulmate, or an old one. You know, as long as you still stay true to yourself, as I said, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Because again, for some ones that are mirroring each other, when you stood your ground and you no longer wanted to participate on the merry-go-round that you were involved in, even as far as still being in association with them while they're with their karmic partner, as you know, call me when you're done with that. You know, not allowing yourself to be a sidekick or a third wheel, or again, showing them that you either, I have certain standards of what I want and what I'll accept now, and I'm no longer willing to settle for less than I deserve. I'm no longer willing to stay in situations that make me unhappy. If this isn't going to be fulfilling for me or giving back to me, or you're not treating me the way that you should, I'm not sticking around. Freedom, bravery, success, being courageous, facing adversity, finding tremendous power within, or undervaluing your own contribution, again, undervaluing yourself or what you have to offer. If you know what you have to offer, you're not afraid to take that somewhere else. If you're not being offered the same in return, if you found yourself doing most of the work, doing all the proving, carrying all the weight, again, working harder on that person's problems or life or whatever, that codependent louse, Florence Nightingale bullshit. A lot of people love to come in and take care of that because they want to play themselves. They got their own wounding of playing themselves as the eternal victim. So they look for empathetic types, people that, again, are going to pacify their wounds and enable them in their karma. That's what these relationships are, these karmic ones. But the one who finds their own self, they no longer participate in that. And they say, well, you know what? I'm awake now. And if you can awaken, then maybe we could make this work. If we can't, I wish you the best. Thank you for the lesson. You did what you meant to do. Check in the next life. You know what I'm saying? So don't be fearless. Know that what is meant for you is meant for you, and that does not make you have to compromise yourself in a way that is not serving your highest and best in order to have it. You're never going to have to chase it. You're never going to have to lower your standards for it. You're never going to have to, again, compromise your values, your self-love, or your self-respect in order to have it. You're never going to have to jump through hoops to prove that you're worthy of it, or to hold on to someone, or to use any kind of manipulation as a means to get them to stay. Because, again, sometimes what you're asking for is just to be lied to some more, to be used some more. That's what you're holding on to. Holding on to that illusion of wishing and hoping and dreaming that someday they'll change or they'll see my worth. And in the meantime, you're being taken for a ride. It said, anyone who is wanting to take advantage of you is going to mind that you're independent and speaking your truth and drawing lines in the sand. Those that are truly wanting your highest and best will appreciate the fact that you're checking them on their shit, and they will strive to do better. That's how you know the difference if you're involved in something real and something that's karmic. The efforts of the other person and what you feel that in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, thank the Lord, because my throat is tired. I'm doing 2 videos that are over an hour. It's like talking 3 hours straight. I'm busted, to say the least. The likely outcome is the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So Knight of Swords in the reverse is like not either somebody's deciding not to take any action, or someone's deciding not to really rush into anything, to maybe allow things to kind of play out to see if this person is real or what. Or they're still going to be in scattered thoughts and all of that. Disregard for consequences, and they're going to allow themselves to stay in karma, or still keep asking, begging someone to stay who's really a narcissist and who's using them because they haven't realized, again, their value. So we got different choices, different feminines making different choices. Impatient, impulsive, again, bursting with energy. Little direction, resulting in rash decisions and pulling down others with you. Again, or the outcome is we're going to allow somebody, because it says here, if encountering this kind of person, be very wary and be sure to not get caught up in all the hope and energy that surrounds them. So again, whoever's coming back, make sure they're not trying to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge again. You know, don't get caught up in all the hype. Allow things to unfold slowly, because people got shit to prove. Let them prove it. And don't be fearful that you have to jump back in and hop on that opportunity, because if that person is real and genuine, the same amount of time that you were sitting waiting and waiting and waiting for them, they'd be more than willing to put in the work and give that equal effort that you were once given, if they're genuine. If they're there to just come waste your time, you'll know that right off the bat. You know, if they're expecting you to hop on their big dream after, again, they left you broken in despair and thinking they can just rush in and swoop in, and just because they say the magic words without holding themselves really accountable, still trying to downplay things or hide shit, because some masculines are going to do that. I already tell you. Watch out. So if this is the outcome for you, still in scattered thoughts, try not to be. Try allow that healing to happen. Try to, again, keep hope alive, feminines. And again, feminines, males or females, whoever's holding this energy. If encountering, I already read this, they could be a great talker and full of ideas about the future and opportunities, so don't get sucked into the whirlwind. Again, it's a warning for some, or it's a need for you to slow down or risk burnout. You know, to thine own self be true, healing thyself, mind, body, spirit. Make sure that we're not all fucked up in the head and in the heart, and being all stressed out and can't sleep and all, you know what I mean? Don't give somebody else that much power over your state of being. It's easier said than done. I'm not talking about something that just happened last week or today. I mean, let's keep it real. I'm not here, you know, waving wands and working miracles in 2 seconds. But try your best to put yourself first. And if this was a harsh lesson that you had to learn it and move forward, and don't hold yourself back from the potential of something that could be beautiful with someone who genuinely wants to be with you, who genuinely wants to put in the efforts, whether it's, again, this old person or someone new, or it's you just doing it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Reckless, impatient nature, like a teenager, someone who needs life experience to learn to be accountable for their actions. Again, maybe sometimes not allowing someone to come back, if they are coming back still sneaky, you're still holding your ground and showing them that, nope, if you don't hold yourself accountable, I still am. But that's only for those who are not genuine. You know, for those that are genuine, and they could be life partners or twin flames, try to overcome whatever you might be holding on to. And why the Knight of Swords in the reverse? Well, we got the lady, so this is about, you know, trying to use our intuition, or this is a person who embodies all the parts of woman that we want. Fair gray-haired man. So again, we could be dealing with somebody who's older, 40s and up. We had fair gray-haired woman here. So again, maybe the person you were involved with is someone who's older than you, and they're going back to their partner, and you're needing to use your intuition, and perhaps even still recognizing whatever shit they're trying to sell you here, or stepping into your power and moving towards somebody who's, you know, mature and who's got their shit together and who wants to treat you like you should be treated. Then we have here wealth in love. So for those that are being careful not to, or we're needing to be careful about what people are selling, use your intuition in regards to somebody who's coming back claiming that they've changed, and perhaps now they've got money and they're ready to offer you some love, or they're claiming that they're making money but they're still hiding shit, or maybe they're not genuine, or it's just about, again, using discernment, taking your time, making the choice that is best for you. We have here loss and surprise. So again, you might be getting communication from somebody who's saying that they're regretful and that they, you know, realize what they've lost and that they love you and that they're working on themselves and that they've got their money here. Because again, a lot of masculines are trying to come back. Or this could also be papers, could be divorce papers, loss here, loss of love, loss of money, needing to use our intuition next time around and learn. Sometimes people don't present themselves as they truly are. Justice is here as well, mistake and justice. So again, learning from the mistakes, or someone again, and maybe we're ending up with a divorce, or use your intuition in regards to whatever again this person is saying, who's trying to come back in and fix things here. Don't rush in. Allow people to show and prove over time, should you choose to entertain this here. Or for those that are just moving on and moving forward, checking our losses. But I feel like this is communication coming in for some. Or again, are learning from our mistakes. Maybe some people again are getting divorced and moving on. Power, taking back their power, reclaiming their own power to make the right decisions for themselves. Maybe focusing on their talents, on their career and what they came to do. Or again, this could be trying to figure out a way how to, overcome the pain of whatever's happened here and allow someone to have another chance, needing to again use our intuition. We got deception here, so either someone is revealing their deceptions, trying to make amends, or someone's still hiding half-truths somewhat, even though they might be somewhat genuine, they're still trying to hide some things because they're not wanting you to look at them even worse than you already do. But if I told masculines, it doesn't matter. Better to be real than to even try to still hide small shit, because you don't want to start things off already with lies, little ones or not. This is also about not fooling ourselves in regards to things anymore. And then we have here the Fool. So again, some people are still confused on whether or not they want to, embark on a new journey with someone, or, confused of what to do, and that we realize that someone played us for a fool, or, there's all kinds of scenarios here. I'm so exhausted. These are so draining. You don't even understand. Channeling the messages, doing all the talking. Oh my God. And just the energy of the subject matter. Expansion is your advice, creation, miracle, guilt, passion, workaholic. So again, for some of you, it's about focusing on your careers, again, focusing on your passions and what makes you happy, what we're going to put effort into, whether it's these relationships or anything outside of that, overcoming any negative feelings that we may have associated with the experience or with the situation in order to release ourselves and allow for healing, believing in miracles. Miracle could happen with this person or after this person. Again, you have to use your own discernment here. Creation, this is about, again, the life that you're creating, the choices that you're making to allow for growth and expansion or to stay stagnant. They're encouraging you to allow for growth and expansion, that you are a co-creator with your life. So utilize the tools that you have at your disposal to manifest the life that you want. Get out of the woest, allow for healing. Believe in greater things can come, and it's all still about releasing here, releasing and healing. Oh my Lord. And on that note, just as long as the masculine I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck, and I wish myself the same, since I'm in the feminine boat myself. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please, again, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, make a donation. Just, again, I help you, you help me, we help the collective. And on that note, I need to get out of this chair because I'm sure my legs are swollen. Take care, feminines, and good luck. Bye-bye.